Welcome back to GTU. Nisha had the opportunity to tour the incredible visitor center at the Rio Tinto Kennecott mine in this sponsored interview. Take a look.
Look at this view, everybody. We are standing at Rio Tinto Kennecott. You don't get to see this side very often. I'm with Nate Foster. He's the managing director here. And Nate, describe to our viewers where we're standing.
Well, thank you so much for being here. First up, you are at the visitor center at the most iconic mine in the entire world, at the Bingham Canyon Mine.
So as we drove up here, and I'm from Utah, I mean, we all see this over there on the west side of the valley. But when you really get down here, your jaw drops. It's incredible.
It is. I mean, it gives you an appreciation. 1903, humans started mining here. We're 120 years old, and we basically dug a hole in the same spot for 12 decades. And you get what I biasly think is the greatest mine in the entire world.
All right, so Rio Tinto Kennecott is playing a pivotal role, everybody, in producing copper that's going to power the electrification of America. What does that mean?
Well, it really comes down to the electrification of the automobile industry. So every electric vehicle has 4 times more copper than a traditional gas or diesel car, right? And so when you see that amount of transition across the U.S., we only see the demand for copper really growing significantly here in this country in the next 10 to 20 years.
I don't think that a lot of us think about what copper is used for. Can you go through some of those things that you might not even realize?
Absolutely one of the most critical minerals for human progress, but we just don't see it. So cell phones, electronics, the healthcare industry, construction, right? Wires and pipes and all of those sorts of things. And then just when you start linking about the amount of clean energy, wind, solar, all of that, copper's just at the core of it.
It's being used more now than it ever has been before. Is Kennecott producing more now than it ever has before?
Oh yeah, that's why we're in business. So, any given year we produce roughly 12 to 15% of what this country needs for its copper. And when we see the demand rising, that's our job. We're absolutely working on how we can continue to be more productive and grow our business.
But you also have to do it in a way that works for the community. How is that working?
Well, we're really proud of our environmental, track record here at Kennecott. We realize we're pretty unique. We have the Salt Lake Valley that we absolutely have to be such a partner with. So I think this story goes back to 2018, 2019, when we chose to shut down our coal-fired power plant just outside of Magna. And since then, we've transitioned to 100% sustainable energy, and that's just really the start. We're well on our way to decarbonize our operations.
Everybody, Kennecott, the first mine in the world to just be awarded the copper mark. That certifies that your production is responsibly produced with the highest environmental and social standards. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And again, we just think this is us trying to lead and be best. We constantly challenge ourselves. It's that, that corporate responsibility that we take very, very seriously.
Well, you've been in the community for 120 years. What's next when the need for copper ramps up like this? Tell us about the growth.
The growth, it comes down to underground expansion. So we just recently announced we're going back underground as a company for the first time since the 1970s. Really, really excited. And then we have one of the last 2 operating copper smelters in the entire U.S., right? So we view that as a strategic asset, and we have to make sure that we look after it and expand it as well.
This is one of those spots that's in our backyard that it's so cool just to come up here and find out details and information that you don't know. And anyone can do this. Anyone can stand where I'm standing.
Absolutely. So we're still open for about another month. Winter is coming, but technically till the end of October. We'd love to be able to have your audience. We're so proud of our visitor center. We have roughly 50,000 people come through each and every year. It's such a great facility. You get to see this iconic backdrop, learn something about the mining industry, and all of the proceeds go to the Kennecott Charitable Foundation, which supports local nonprofits.
Nate, why are you so passionate about mining?
I just
love it.
As a small boy, actually. So no, but for me, it's the people. We have some of the absolute greatest people within our industry, and I just feel so fortunate to be a part of it.
I love it. Some visitors were just standing over there listening to us talk. They were interested. Nate ran over and answered all of their questions. It just feels like friendly and like family up here at Kennecott.
Absolutely. We pride ourselves on that, and we're going to be around for decades to come in the Salt Lake Valley.
For more on this sponsored interview, please go to our website. We'll link you to all the information about Rio Tinto Kennecott and what they're doing here and how you can come visit abc4.com/GTU. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure.
That will be our next family field trip. Thank you, Nisha.